You were the chosen one, Anakin.
Chosen for what?
Exactly. Did anyone else say they were gonna come?
No, I don't think so.
Did anyone else say they were gonna what?
Come.
Damn.
Am I tripping or am I just high?
Both.
No, I think I was tripping balls. Got it. Okay.
Okay, so I was correct. It was both.
Nick just sounded like familiar to somebody else, and I don't know fucking why.
Me?
Yeah. I I
Huh.
I don't know why, and it freaks me. It was freaking me out.
I don't know either.
Well, it depends. Do you want the context, or do you want to be left in the dark like you always are? Why is there a
I want the
fur?
fucking context of this one.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. Nick just sounds like a YouTuber. Not a YouTuber, a VTuber I occasionally watch. I don't know why, but you just somehow do, and it was making me freak out.
Wait, which one? My normal voice or like the voice I try to do when I'm
I would say your
trying to act?
normal voice.
Oh, huh.
Don't say it like that. You're gonna make me paranoid again.
Oh!
Oh,
Well, I
really?
definitely don't do VTubing.
That's what a VTuber would say.
Who's the VTuber anyway?
Fuck. I just had them pulled up. Our hero bunny. I'll actually share this clip. For some reason, I was thinking to myself, like, they sound really familiar. Is it who I think it is? God, I hope not. I don't want to deal with this shit. I call them Boomer all the time, and I don't know, and I don't want that to come back to haunt me. But like I said, maybe I was just tripping balls.
As per usual.
No one asked you, guys.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Damn. Alright. My fault, Slime.
Fuck. I copy and pasted the wrong link. I'm a failure. So, overall, what do you guys want to try to tackle on your issues? What the fuck?
Uh, the question. Okay, so we're still at the
Banquet.
banquet. How long is this banquet supposed to be for anyway?
That's a good question. But overall, the night.
Okay. So just going throughout the night.
Gotta party hard.
Probably into the early morning.
Give or take. But now you guys have a dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
Dilemma? Issues. Because A, the person you're supposed to be watching has disappeared. You guys are not really good spies, are you?
We can be
Technically
when there's.
speaking, Cyrus did really give us much of a choice, so that's kind of on him, really.
Yeah,
Wow, blaming your boss when he doesn't give you clear instructions.
yeah, pretty
I mean,
much.
I'm just saying, Cyrus did pick Nobu to be one of the spies, and I have nothing against Nobu. I think he's fun, but also like he's kind of very conspicuous.
I love
I
when.
think
Oh, sorry, you can go.
I think that's why Nobu was chosen. I don't think Cyrus was expecting anything to come from Nobu, but he would be the one drawing the attention.
I mean, fair.
Nobu's the biggest thumb in the room. He's gonna take eyes off from everybody else.
Yeah,
He's like 8 feet tall.
Some could say you can't teach that. I'm just gonna get that reference. I'm sorry.
Anyways,
What is it?
I don't know. I just wanted to move away from that. So, is there's food at this banquet, right?
Correct.
Yeah, what kind of food is there?
Uh, fuck, that's a good question. What do rich people eat?
I don't know,
Uh,
fucking caviar and
You think you actually know what? How would you get
deconstructed
caviar
fucking
in a
sandwiches.
landlocked state?
Hey,
Not
that's
just,
why it would be rich people food.
you know,
Gotta have that shit imported.
I'm afraid if I'm gonna Google what do rich people eat. I'm gonna see babies as a number one source.
Probably.
I don't know. What's like the culture of this place like?
Okay.
Like what
I don't
are
know.
we
If you had to
talking?
like compare it to a real life country, which country is it most like? And then just take the inspiration from that country and then just
I would say
put it here.
definitely European.
Okay.
Okay. Did they have?
Around what
Uh,
era of Europe?
what era of Europe are we in? Like magic and fucking artifices don't exist in this world.
No, I'm asking that more in like, are we early medieval, late medieval? Are we Renaissance? Are we Industrial Revolution?
I would
Like,
say the style of the nobility would be probably early Renaissance, late medieval. The entire
okay,
world would be like industrial revolution, though. To a certain, like certain areas, of course.
okay,
Like a good example, of course, would be how Americans view America during the Civil War. Like, oh, South was very non-industrial, the North was type shit. Like certain areas are gonna be more industrial than others.
okay. So late medieval, early Renaissance.
Yeah,
Er,
for the style, anyway.
Okay, okay. So around that era, things like
Uh,
different types of like fucking bread, stews.
uh
Sometimes, depending
white
upon,
truffles,
yeah, truffles, soups, fucking fuck, what was it called?
ragu.
What?
I don't know. I'm just like reading what the fucking weird AI overview tells me.
I know in ancient Rome, they ate like a bunch of random stuff like peacock tongue and big uterus.
I don't
I
know,
would
probably like veal, lamb, beef.
I would eat one of those, honestly. I won't say which one.
I don't know, just I guess like just whatever rare animal is in this region, just have
Fucking
big.
unicorns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I forget, we're also very fantasy. I can just pull up a monster manual book and just fucking start reading shit. Okay. Okay. Assassin.
oh,
5.5.
I think during like
Hmm?
I don't remember which era, like Tudor era England or something. I don't know, some point in England. Like the only kind of strawberries that they really had were like wild strawberries, and those are like really hard to cultivate or something.
yeah. So probably like crackers with jam on them, or like different
Oh, maybe
types of
like
like.
strawberry pie.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah, like a lot of sugar, because sugar used to be expensive before they started like uh enslaving people to do that, I
I mean,
guess.
they already are enslaving people.
Yeah.
more widespread enslavement of other
Yeah, there
indigenous
wasn't
groups.
that much land, I guess, in Europe back then to really make.
Hey, there could have been a lot of free real estate if that bubonic plague just did a little bit more work.
I mean, there could have been.
I guess there would be like a lot of sweet stuff, lots of like very high calorie food,
Uh,
meat.
yeah. The
Meat would have been pretty hard for peasants to get.
Yeah,
At least good meat.
Yeah.
like good tender cuts. Like the rough stuff and like the organs and crap would probably stay with the peasants, but like the proper cuts of meat would definitely go to the nobility.
Yeah. So the plates, like a lot of weight, like the maids are bringing around, would be like a lot of sweets. You see, like what looks like miniature, like strawberry pies. Some are bringing out like a lemon tart. Fuck, I'm just listing off sweets now. I'm trying to make them classy. I can't just say like one brings out chocolate chip cookie. But I feel like Cyrus would have that just to
Yeah.
flaunt at somebody.
No, yeah, probably he would. And also just straight up chocolate or just like
Chocolate would be really
fucking
expensive, yeah.
Oh,
hot
like
chocolate.
chocolate cake.
I'm just. We need to stop talking about food. I'm getting hungry. Just for all of this sweet. Um, some are bringing out like various colorful drinks as well. Colors, of course, rep all of like different types of the colors of the rainbow. Almost fucked up that entire sentence there. Lovely me. Uh, some will bring out. Some maids have like a little cheese and meat platter where the meat is like sliced very thinly, and you have like more of like a nice big chunk of a cheese like you normally would have if you try to cut cheese.
So like hard cheese and like prosciutto.
Yeah, there is some hard cheese. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about like fresh mozzarella right now.
Yeah, fair.
Bear with your TM. We've got not their food, and he's a fat ass.
Discussing food. Discussing food with my fat ass DM. We all got sidetracked and started talking about food.
I would love some fresh mozzarella again. That shit was banging.
Hmm.
But let's just bring in mostly like sweets and drinks. About two or three maids do have like a meat and cheese like uh platter with some crackers like lined in the middle to separate the cheese and meat.
Okay.
And there's
Okay.
like more of an actual like setup of food that has lobsters, crabs, a roasted unicorn, like whole fucking unicorn. Um, fuck, I forgot I moved my books. Give me a minute. Let me grab the monster manual. I'm starting to list and sit off. Nick, just know you caused this. Would eating a
Like,
ghoul count as
see,
cannibalism?
I just wanted to be like get engaged with the environment.
No, you're
I
fine.
want to be immersed in the environment.
No, you're fine. I'm happy that you're doing this because I'm very lazy on it. Ghouls would be labeled as cannibalism, like if you're eating a ghoul.
I don't know. Ghoul is definitely more of like that middle ground.
We're not labeling that cheer human like goth.
I'm
Uh,
saying ghoul as in like the broad spectrum undead creature.
I just flipped a fucking mummy's next. What the hell? This is just
What can I say? Dried meat tastes good.
this is just becoming a cannibalistic party. Um, you have some like grains of an inculate. Fuck, can't fucking speak. I'm sorry. Intellect devourer, like kind of strung together to make seem like a pasta base that some people are like kind of swarming over to get um some hydra like meat sis kebabs with some peppers, onions, and whatever else you what do you put on? I think sis kebabs you can just put like basically anything on. So it'd be like a
Onions, peppers, cucumbers, zucchinis, potatoes.
so like a little Bill Jones sis kebab. Yo, Displacer Beast has to be banging. Some Displacer Beast steaks. Of course, on the rare side, that's the best ways to have your steaks, from what I've been informed. I'm starting to fucking drool because I'm hungry now.
How to properly do D&D 101. Step 1. Make yourself hungry.
Step two. Um, oh, that's a good one actually. Um, you do see some like crust up like rocks, like someone's just like crusting up some rocks, and that I can't know the exact term, but that stone disc, like you just grind stuff in, whatever it's called.
A
Somebody hit,
quern?
yeah, probably that. Like grinding it up into like a fine paste and like spreading it on some crackers to give out to people.
Either a quern or like a millstone
I think it.
is...
a pestle and mortar? I don't know.
I don't.
Is it the type you push and then it goes in a circle, or is it the type that you like grind with your hands?
It has like a little stone. Like it's normally made out of like stone. Like people like I think they'll season it and like bake the seasons into it. Get it all like polished. It's like a
Oh,
stone bowl and it has like a
The
I don't say a stone
okay.
stick, but that's the only word I can think of. And people like typically grind like mass garlic in them, from what I see most of the time.
Yeah, I believe that's called a molcajete.
Yeah, that's what it is. It was like such a weird thing my white ass could never pronounce.
Meanwhile, my neon white ass over here.
Yeah, but you're gay, so like you get a pass. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, fair.
You do hear some like soft music playing in the background. You do see Amber singing Pink Pony Club to Cyrus's fiance. That's just funny. And what are my two little gremlins doing?
Well, I guess I'm gonna make Nick go over and eat because that's free food. Basically,
Hmm.
assuming Cyrus doesn't like dock it out of his pay or something. He's not gonna do that, right? It's like the
For
fees.
you
That's kind of
guys, no. You guys are labeled more as employees than slaves.
Hmm.
So you're safe. For how long? Oh, that's the bench store. What type of goodies are you grabbing?
Nick goes ahead and grabs like I guess like mostly like the sweet stuff, like the fresh fruits, the little cakes and tarts and whatever.
Okay.
The chocolatey stuff. Yay. And then he goes over to HK and just kind of uh offers up a little fruit tart and says, "Do you want one?"
Um, little fruit what? Fruit bar? You said?
Fruit tart, like a little tiny palm
Okay, that's
sized
yeah.
thingy.
HK puts out her hand and just simply nods.
And then Nick hands over the tart over HK. And then Nick just turns to his plate and just starts eating the dessert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, does Nick watch HK eat the tart or no?
Nick is currently looking down at his plate, so I guess no. Do you want Nick to see?
I don't know, it's up to you.
Do you,
Okay, I guess Nick then turns over to HK, about to pose a question or about to just try and start up a random conversation.
Meanwhile, HK's arm is down her entire throat and slowly being pulled back out.
Nick, just I don't know. Nick is just mildly horrified. Uh,
I would be too.
and he is speechless. He doesn't even know what to say. Because that's horrifying. Uh, and then at a loss for words, Nick finally says, do you even, is that how you, can you even taste the tart like that?
HK looks over, tilts their head almost questioningly, and then, almost in a bland but confused tone of voice, asks, Query, is that not how everyone tastes food?
Nick just stares at HK and says, no, no, I certainly don't eat it like that at least.
Query, which organ would one taste the food with?
Well, the tongue is the organ responsible for the primary flavors. Meanwhile, the nose is responsible for detecting the scents of the food, and together those two organs, um, at least within a human, help the human taste a wide variety of flavors. And then Nick like sort of demonstrates while like biting into a egg custard tart, and then just kind of chews slowly as if to like show HK how a human eats food.
HK seems to be watching quite intently, before eventually looking as if they're thinking about something. And after, give or take, a 3 to 4 minute pause between being watched and HK thinking, she eventually turns back to Nick and says, grateful comment. That was insightful.
You're welcome, Nick says awkwardly.
Sorry, I'm just. I'm enjoying doing the awkward robot bit.
Like you're not already. Or what? Wait, what?
You did what in his cup?
Quiet, you. You see this very elegant, high elf lady come up to you. Emerald green dress that like reaches down to her ankles, has a slit up, like reaching to like her thigh area on the left side. The dress itself kind of scales almost like a looks like they're like made of dragon skulls, I should say instead. Her hair is kept up into like a very nicely kept bun. Bright red hair. She honestly looks like she just sticks out between amongst all the nobles you have seen all today. And she walks up to you two. Hello, you two. I'm guessing you both work for Cyrus, correct?
HK simply nods in response, just staring at the woman intently.
Nick sort of does like a small bow and says, "Yes, we are." And you are?
My name
Uh,
is Genevieve. I'm one of Cyrus's old acquaintances.
it's a pleasure to meet you. What brings you here to our what brings you to here with
The
us?
the party in general, or
Just in this particular spot with the two of us is what I meant.
I am allowed to do anything I desire, sweetheart. Know that for a fact.
Of course, Nick says diplomatically. Uh, I was simply wondering what you I was simply wondering what it was that you were seeking in coming to meet with the both of us. After all, we are nothing more than Lord Cyrus's servants, after all.
I just came in to check to see how the things were going, of course. And you two both play very important parts of that. So I'm hoping you all don't fuck it up. And you can see that she looks very agitated.
Wow. Nick's social battery has drained up already, and he turns over to HK and with his eyes screams, "Help me, please."
The scary lady scares me. Please assist me.
HK, completely missing the cue the first time, does not pick up the slack in the conversation before catching it the second time around. She then turns to look at the woman and asks in a very as polite as a bland machine could query. Why are you invested in Lord Cyrus's business? We have not seen you around. It is unfamiliar to us that one outside of these walls would be so involved in our particular business.
She'll, like, glare at you, HK. Not much of a disappointed mom, like you just said something not supposed to in front of, like, an adult type of thing. More of a, how dare you even speak casually to me, glare. For your information, insect, I've spent a long time making sure Cyrus's future is secured. And if I know that you two fucked up my plans, hell itself would not be a punishment. Fuck, how do I try to phrase this now? I was fucking it up mid sentence. Hell itself would be an escape from the punishment I will give to you two. Do I make myself clear?
Of course, my lady.
HK simply nods in response.
Good. Make sure that the others know of this. Understand?
Recitation. Those allowed to will be.
Will then inform the other one's insect to stop interfering with things. Understand?
HK simply nods.
Do you understand, Nick? And she'll say like your name in a very sarcastic way.
I do, my lady.
Good. She'll glance over to HK's stomach with a death glare and then walk away.
Nick turns to HK and whispers, "Do you want to take a break in the servants' hallways for a moment?"
HK simply nods. Before. Actually, let me check something. Where's the sheet?
Girl, what have you
Yeah.
done? You've been growing close.
She simply nods and gestures for Nick to follow. Being
Nick follows along, still holding onto that plate of treats.
once they are both out of earshot and sight, HK shakes her head and in a very hushed tone of voice makes, well, says something very interesting. That woman, if she had any idea that hell would be quite the escape from this.
Nick sort of just crouches down and like sighs. And after like eating a couple of like grapes, says, "I wonder what that woman's relationship with Lord Cyrus is. After all, she did say that I want to say that she is a benefactor of sorts. Although I don't. She seems quite invested in Cyrus's uh in Cyrus's safety. Although I well, I do suppose there are plenty of people who enjoy a mutual beneficial relationship with Lord Cyrus. But this lady seems quite emotionally invested, as well as whatever reason there is.
Conjecture. It is highly possible that this individual may be someone related to Lord Cyrus.
I suppose so. Although Lord Cyrus is well, if well, I don't quite know how to explain it, but I assume that there's perhaps there are trading partners or business partners to some degree, because I cannot imagine Lord Cyrus being very being purely I do not imagine him holding a familial relationship purely for the sake of affection.
Conjecture. Either way, they are someone very close to Lord Cyrus.
And quite likely to be rich as well. Or powerful, or I don't know, have some secrets of their own. Out of character, how do you spell the lady's name?
Oh, Genevieve?
Yeah. Is that the Gen?
Yeah, it's a very weird spelling.
Uh
Oh, that's
Probably like a
You can continue. I was talking to myself. It is in your private channel for all of you.
got it.
Um, I do want to ask, what would Nick's passive insight be?
Passive insight 12. I don't like that you're asking me that though.
I don't
No,
know
the reason
yet.
I say this is, HK seems quite perturbed about something. Even on her usually stoic, or perhaps even bland stare, now there is concern. Or previously there had been a lack of emotions.
Nick looks. Well, Nick is still kind of crouching down, like doing like a. I don't know. He's still kind of like sitting down. So he looks up at HK, who I assume is still standing, and says, "Is something the matter, HK?"
HK doesn't seem to respond. Still staring off into something. Before eventually, quite literally shaking her head, looking back at Nick, realizing that she had been spoken to. Apologies. What was that?
I just noticed you seemed a little off, so I was asking if is there something on your mind? Uh, would you like to share or
HK simply shakes her head. Negative. This information is better left unsaid.
if you say so? But then Nick just continues chewing on like a chocolate biscuit.
Okay.
Nick sighs and then says, "I wonder what Nobu is doing right now."
Pen off to the just a camera pan being panned off, and you just see him devouring things. With the other two people that he was taken with.
Nick sighs and says, "It sure must be nice being extroverted."
Right as Nick was about to say extroverted, HK comments, free.
I want to break free.
Free. Yes, that's a fitting term. Must be nice being free.
I want to. I'm sorry.
Nick continues unchained, untrapped, just.
How
And
much?
then Nick just dies.
How much does HK weigh?
Um, I believe Warforged of that size typically weigh about 600 or so pounds.
Are you
6 to
lean?
7.
Is HK like just perfectly standing upwards or leaning on anything?
Just standing upwards.
Okay. 1d4 time.
Alright, let
Hey.
me grab my one.
No, I'm rolling the 1d4. Don't you
Okay.
worry. Oh, Nick, can you pick me a number between 1 and 4?
I don't know, like a one?
Okay, you'll be number 1. Oh, you got lucky. It was a 2. Oh, fuck, my dice rolled away.
Oh no.
What was the dice roll for?
HK, you fall straight to the ground. You are unconscious.
Nick just scrambles up and then just like just kind of like shakes. It tries to shakes HK's shoulders with no success because Nick is weak as hell. And then Nick is just muttering, HK? HK, are you alright? What's wrong, HK?
Okay. So, above table right now.
Mhm.
So, Goth, you're going to be sent to the maze. I personally don't want to move to one-on-one. I also kind of don't want to kick Nick out of the call for how long this will be. That's my
Mhm.
personal preference. However, I know this is your character. I know you want to keep some stuff secret. My question is, do you want to keep it secret above table as well with legal government name, or do you want to be okay with it being broad in the blue open with just them right now?
Um, Honestly, given the context of what's happening in game, let's bring it to light.
Okay. So like I said, this is your character. I know a past fucking player liked having everything be secret. That's why he redid a whole campaign to get new people, so they didn't know about the fucking plot twist he had planned.
Nah.
That's why I wanted to check, and I have seemed to lost my hair tie to this container.
Rip. I
I can't.
mean,
I can't. It's a nice thick one.
Are
the
you
big
sure? Like,
reason why.
I'm totally okay, like, metaphorically stepping away for a moment.
Given what's
About to
happening at
happen.
the, yeah, I, it's more a matter of time before Nick learns, and
Ah, okay,
Nick is
I'll,
trying to wake HK back up, right?
uh, he's trying his best, yes.
Yeah.
You're not a strong person, so it won't. You won't hit. You nothing's gonna happen to the Warforged. Your what's your strength modifier? It's not higher than 10, is it?
Next, it's just like, the modifier's just a
Not
0.
modifier. I mean base score. My bad. My base score. So is it like a 10, 8, 11?
His, sorry, his what?
Your strength.
Strength is like a 10.
Okay.
So, like, a +0.
I figured you would be a 10. I couldn't see you being anything higher.
Yeah, I honestly considered making it lower just for the funsies and the role-playing aspect, but,
So,
nah. I'm just gonna pretend Nick, like, tries to exercise a little bit so that he's not, like, horrifically, like, weak.
mhm.
Like, he's got, like, average. He's, like, weaker than the average person, but, like, he can carry like a couple of pounds at least.
So I would say you're trying to like wake HK up. HK up. You are sent to the maze, and fuck, the one time I low key do wish we had face games because I would love to see people's reactions to this.
Mm-hmm.
You are out of the Warforge. You are knee deep in water, and you are hearing blood curdling screams in the distance.
Um, like many of these previous nightmares, uh, she just starts booking it away from the screaming.
You actively flee from the noise, and you bump into this large, shadowy creature in front of you once more. For
It
Nick, I will say, you. How would you be reacting in the real world, though? HK.
Is HK still just lying down, or are they also kind of like running like in the nightmare?
They are knocked out. They are not moving at all.
Okay, I guess Nick is trying to. So I got like a lot of mucus in my throat. Nick is trying to remember all of their first. Nick is trying to remember all of their first aid training from when they were younger, let's say, and is trying to apply that first aid training to HK, even though HK is not necessarily a
Healer.
human, or at least like not necessarily made of flesh and
Mhm.
cells and bone and whatever.
Fuck, how do I do CPR? Oh, that's how I do. Wait, how do I do a CPR on a robot?
Nick's just thinking like, does HK normally breathe? I'm trying to check for breathing, but I don't know if HK normally doesn't breathe or is this
so
abnormal? Is anything what's normal for
I
HK?
I will let HK have the little floor of just letting out certain information right now.
so normally when Nick and HK would be interacting, even when it's silent, there's usually been a constant ticking or light sound of pneumatics moving the different limbs and different parts. Even when standing still, it seems like different pieces are at the ready to spring in at any moment. But right now, it seems to be dead silent. There is no hum of machinery, there is no tick of clockwork. It is abnormally silent.
Nick is then going, oh my god, HK, oh my god, no. No, what the heck? Did HK run out of power or something? Does HK what does HK even use as a power source? Oh my god. And then Nick is just like wondering if they should call for someone or if they should start trying to continue assessing HK because, quite frankly, Nick has not been trained to heal robots. I thought that's more of a mechanic's job, if nothing else, to Nick. And Nick is breaking out. Just a bit. Maybe a lot, actually. Uh, how long has it been since HK fell?
At least, I'll say about a minute now.
Okay, so Nick is reasoning to themselves like, okay, well, HK doesn't need to breathe. If a human were to stop breathing and their heart were to stop beating, that would be bad because then the oxygen would stop going to the brain and then the brain would die immediately and then the person just stays there. But HK is a robot and I don't know anything about robots, but theoretically speaking, if you could just restart a robot, they're gonna be good, right? Right? Nick has not been trained in anything related to machines and engineering, so don't take Nick's words on that.
I would say for you, Goth, they would be able to.
Okay. I do want to ask something. Would Nick be like checking HK's pockets or anything? Or would they just be panicking and trying to shake them awake?
Who the fuck puts pockets on a robot?
Like inside the cloth.
Um, I don't think Nick's priority is trying to get HK to be responsive, and so pockets are not necessarily Nick, who was trained at least in like humanoid first aid, would not necessarily know, would not necessarily think to check for a pocket while the person is unconscious and unresponsive. Uh, maybe like if Nick just like while he's while they're checking over HK's body, maybe like one of their hands like kind of like brushes by the pocket.
So, what would likely happen would be once Nick's hand had more or less brushed against the pocket, it would dislodge a set of tools. A handful of tools that seem almost custom designed to work with the few visible but proprietary mechanisms that are visible on HK. Things like basically screwdriver, hex wrench, things like that. And I do also want to say, after give or take a minute There is a thunk from inside the chest cavity of HK.
Okay, so Nick then sort of stares at the tools and then at HK's unconscious body, and then he sort of like lets out a very quiet, strained. I did not sign up for this. And then he tries to sort of see if there's a way to like open up HK's like see the inside of HK's insides, I guess.
Like open up the chest.
Okay, so are the screws like very visible, or
Yeah,
does it take
they're
a while for Nick to see?
they're visible, but it's like it takes like 10 seconds each screw, like typical, like a normal unscrewing something, like a handle from a drawer. Decently secured, but not
Not
immovable.
it's not machine type, but it's at least handmade type. If that makes sense.
Okay, so Nick sort of mutters under his breath while trying to like unscrew all of the screws, and they're going to themselves like, okay, well, this is not. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. It's. I mean, you've seen worse while you were a ranger in training. I mean, blood, bones. There's no blood here, and HK's not gonna die just because you're too slow and you don't know how to do first aid on a robot. Hold on, just and then like after some time, I assume Nick manages to pry open the lid door. I don't really know what hinge. I don't really know what it's called.
I think a hinge would probably be close to
The
the right thing.
hatch.
The
Yeah.
hatch. Okay, so what does Nick see?
Make me a Constitution saving throw first. Because it's not a pretty sight.
Okay, so Nick. Okay, just straight Constitution. Oh, okay. So I got a nat 1, I think.
Lovely. I will
Oh my god.
describe the first half, and then if you want, you can describe your next half of what you sent me, Goth. Okay.
Mhm.
So, upon cracking open the chest, the first thing that hits you is the stench of wine. Not any specific kind to be like any specific kind, of course, but the reek of bitter liquid that was once sweet, like just hangs heavy in the chest cavity, and now just leaking out into the open air. And the next, a strong sense of tobacco, like walking into a large, powerful yet revolting punch of tar-filled substance leaving in the air. Finally, the scent of despair, of tears, sweat, and self-neglect. The metallic tang of uncared wounds and blood have been swept. You smell like infections, bitter wine, the punch of alcohol. It's all too much for you at first. You lean over of HK and just puke everything you just ate right out. For the smell, itself is too much for you right now.
Great. There went all of the.
This went all my sweets, man. This is bullshit. You know what? I should let HK die. Um, but you can continue it on Goth if you would like to.
Okay. After the initial absolute uppercut to the nose, that was the opening of the hatch, and Nick's subsequent loss of dinner, lunch, whatever this meal would be. Dessert.
Dessert.
Oh, the worst
It
meal to eat.
was tasty dessert. Doesn't taste so great coming out the second time.
Mm-hmm. Inside there is a honestly stark contrast of what lies within. Looking around the outside and even at the hatch, it seems almost pristine. Freshly cleaned, generally well maintained. Borderline military, if you will. But in a bit of a stark juxtaposition, inside of, well, inside of HK's chest sits an unconscious kobold. She is clearly untended and very clearly been neglecting herself for quite a long time. Stains on her clothes. What little hair she does have is matted and gnarly. While the wounds that are infected are not major, it's clear that they've been infected for quite some time. Generally just small nicks on the hand or a scratch along the arm. Nothing quite life-threatening, but clearly not taking care of oneself. And let me actually grab the image. The hell? There it is. And then I'm gonna send this to you in DMs.
Okay. Wow, that was a plot twist, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is Sevica, the pilot of HK.
Nick looks at the kobold inside of the robot shell, I suppose, and says, without context, "Oh, same," and does not elaborate. And then Nick proceeds to freak out again because, oh, that's an actual flesh creature who can actually die that Nick now needs to take care of.
Oh,
And
wait, you
so,
can die. You're not a robot anymore.
And then Nick.
Oh fuck, this just got a lot more complicated.
So Nick is now like, oh my god. And then decides that the next course of action would be to probably take the kobold out of the robot's armor because, wow, that kobold does not look well. And fortunately, Nick is much more experienced in medicine than in engineering. And so Nick attempts to sort of pull the kobold. Nick wouldn't necessarily know the kobold's name, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yet.
Nick
Not yet.
does not knowing the kobold's name, just referring internally in their head as the kobold, tries to sort of pull out the kobold. How heavy are
Kobolds typically aren't very heavy, but even by kobold comparison, she is dangerously light. Like, she is malnourished, fucking borderline skin and bones.
right?
And
So
getting closer to Nick, the stench of wine just clings to the air.
Nick, even though Nick is physically weak, they are still able to drag the kobold out, and Nick tries to put her down away from the vomit and tries to uh check their condition, knowing this time this is a kobold and not a robot. And are there any like other wounds that Nick can notice besides like the malnourishment and like the cuts?
Make me a medicine check.
Well,
Well, you said?
yeah,
Med
12.
a 12, and
8 plus 4.
you're looking for anything that isn't what again?
Like any major wounds or injuries that might need immediate addressing before the small cuts and the malnourishment.
Minus, I would say, probably light infections. There isn't any big, like, bruising or, like, cut that is going, that's indicated, like, broken limb, like, broken bones, I should say, or, like, an artery that's been cut that's going to be, that they're bleeding out from within a few minutes, if not taken care of, like, ASAP.
Okay, so Nick sees all this and I'm going to say Nick does not necessarily know how much HP the kobold has. So Nick is just going to cast Spirit of the Dying right now.
Okay.
I don't know how much HP she has, and Nick's not gonna know, so he's just casting it.
Okay.
Okay, so Nick places a hand on the kobold's forehead and mutters a spell, and he casts Spare the Dying in the hopes that the kobold won't just die on him. And then Nick tries to remember what spells they know. And then he just... And then he just says, why don't I know any... Why do I know any spells that are not just necromancy spells? This is... Oh my god, I... Screw this guy. Who the guy is completely vague and taken out of context, and Nick does not elaborate on who the guy in question is.
Just some guy.
The
Yeah.
guy.
The guy. Screw this man!
He ain't
Who
say
needs this many?
fuck.
Who needs this many necromancy spells? Why don't I know any healing spells? Oh my god!
I mean, you are a wizard, so.
Speaking out of character, technically speaking, when I picked Magic Initiate Cleric, I could have chosen a level 1 healing spell, but for role-playing purposes, I chose not to.
Wow. And look at you. You're gonna have a dead party member. You're gonna have to explain to the party why somebody died.
I cast Spare the Dying. Nick cast Spare the Dying, and in the hopes that the kobold... Sorry, what's the kobold's name again? It's like Seraphina?
Sevica.
Sevica. Okay. In the hopes that Sevica does not die. So, Nick's doing so. It's not... Okay, technically speaking, the Nick right now, it is not Nick's fault that they don't know any healing spells. It is technically someone else's fault. That's not the Nick right now.
The guy's fault.
Yeah.
Who needs men? This is clearly a lady party. A lady and a very confused man.
And then Nick... man, does Nick have... Wait, let me just check inventory in case I... Nope. Okay. Nick... God damn it. Okay, I have nothing. Nick then tries to... Nick, knowing that there is literally nothing Nick can do right now because they have no healing spell, they have no first aid kit, there aren't any, like, herbs or plants nearby that could, like, work as some sort of, like, medicinal thing. Nick decides that they should just try to pick HK up, which is surprisingly not difficult because, again, Sevica is rather light, and tries to go find a doctor, because I'm assuming we have a doctor.
Probably.
Do we have a doctor?
Somewhere around the
Does
state.
Cyrus have a doctor?
Somewhere around the state, yeah.
Okay.
Given how I built her, it probably would be 7.
I need
Okay.
another doctor.
Okay, Nick. Uh, does you know what? Whatever. Nick tries to go to a doctor going through the servants' halls because Nick really does not want to explain why they have a random kobold with them to like the nobles or whatever. And so Nick like starts like running towards the nearest doctor, wherever the doctor is in the manor. I don't know. Like I'm sure Nick knows, not me.
Acting like that person on the plane. Do we have a doctor on the plane?
Yeah, you know what? Nick. Like if Nick sees a servant, they're like, "Excuse me, do you know where the doctor is?"
How,
Hello.
how is our little kobold reacting in the maze? Like, are you squirming? Are you making like? Are you? I should say, like, are you screaming or like actively running anywhere now?
Um, if this is the like dark creature we're talking about, oh
Yes,
yeah, she has
like this.
completely just
You can go.
she is she is going as fast as she can, in her dream, so it's probably just going through quicksand.
Um, Nick, I will say you noticed like little kicks of the kobold's legs before you like blitz off, and little whimpers as well. And the creature is actively chasing you, Goth.
Okay, Nick is just while he's trying to find the doctor, he's like trying to like reassure the kobold, like, hey, it's okay, just stay with me, okay? We'll get you a doctor, and then I'll know, like, hopefully we can figure this out. Oh my god. And and Nick is still like just running straight for the infirmary, I guess, hospital wing, doctor's office. I don't know where the doctor is.
You are able to hear Nick's voice in the maze. HK.
Um, she is a bit confused, but does not pay much mind given she is currently basically in the middle of a panic attack.
Nick is going, just hang in there. We'll get you a doctor who's like better than me, anyways. And then, and then, I don't know. Oh my god, why would you do this to me?
Because it's funny. And you deserve to suffer for teasing me on that 16 hours. You were being rude earlier, so this is the consequences.
Okay, and then, uh, I'm assuming since Nick is like kind of running along the servants' hallways, does Nick eventually see a servant?
You'll see one, yes.
Okay, so Nick runs up to them and asks, "Excuse me, do you know where the closest path to the doctor's office is?"
I mean, I'm sure. Lord HK has an office somewhere here. Why is
Great.
everything okay?
Yes. Just can you just point me to the direction of HK's doctor or
H-
something?
HK is the doctor.
No, I mean, no, I mean, Nick is just fumbling for words right now. I don't know. Just, I don't know. Just, okay. Well, HK is unavailable right now. Do you know any other doctor around here? Also, since when was HK a doctor?
Lord
Nick,
Cyrus says you are very unqualified to become a doctor. So the robot will do for now.
wow. Okay, I see. I see how it is. Look, Lord Cyrus. I told him I wasn't well versed in. I told him I wasn't a doctor, so I don't know where his attitude comes from. Is there really this
I'm sorry.
the audacity of the man? I told him I was only trained in first aid. I don't know where his attitude comes from.
Are,
Just
are you okay, Lord Nick?
do you fine? If not a doctor, do you know? Do you perhaps know where the I don't know the nearest? You want to just take me to Lord HK's room? I'm sure HK has something like the room in this manor. I mean, their guest room. I'm sure they have some healing potion, perhaps.
Oh, yes, it's upstairs, 5 rooms on the right from your room, Lord Nick.
Thank you. And then Nick sprints off.
Leaving the scene of the crime.
Um. Okay, so I guess Nick eventually makes it to HK's room and then is muttering an apologetic. Sorry, this is kind of an emergency right now. Nick just opens up the door. Wait, is the door locked? Can Nick open it or?
Um, the door initially seems locked, but Sevenka being nearby, it audibly clicks to be unlocked, so it can be opened, yes.
Nick just barges in, places the kobold onto the bed, and then starts rummaging the room to see if there's like maybe a healing potion and herbal kit, some healing item, maybe bandages, disinfectants, perhaps.
There is like a handful of what's it called? Healer's kits. Just like laying around. And
Okay.
to call where the quote unquote bed would be like calling a bundle of clothing a pillow. It is effectively wood, cloth, and whatever random soft items could be found.
Okay, well, Nick looked at the floor and then the quote unquote bed and then decided it would be probably better to put the kobold on the quote unquote bed than on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Nick sort of grabs one of the like medical kits, and then just kind of like looks through, see if there's any like disinfectants or like bandages or something like that.
Yeah, the healer's kits are well stocked, well maintained.
Okay, so Nick, uh, Nick is uh from his from their uh youth, back when they used to be with the Rangers. Nick had been trained in like like basic healer stuff and just applying on the disinfectants and then the healing balms and then bandages. That's like something Nick should be capable of doing, and so Nick proceeds to do that. They get the disinfectant and then gently swab at the cuts while checking for the cobalt's response.
What's happening in Nightmare Land? Tater?
I was muted for some reason. I'm killing myself. Nick, this is all your fault.
Everything is going to be my fault. All I did was
I just wanted sweets. I didn't want this.
I just wanted sweets. I didn't want more trauma.
oh my god, I point out that like the hours are earlier than expected by 4 hours, and then suddenly everything's my fault.
Yes.
How is it? You know what?
Why?
You know what? It's not my fault that whatever clock or whatever calculator you were using was not working for you, okay? That
It
sounds like a
was.
skill issue.
Skill issue. Skill issue. You know what?
It was
Fucking
slow.
HK's dead. Not kidding. I guess.
Fuck.
You did.
Don't bring HK. Don't bring Sevenka. Don't bring HK into this. Like, this is between you and me right now.
But you are having a hard time running from this creature. You are hearing animalistic like grunts and growls coming from it. You hear that old group blaming you for this. It's all your fault. You've done nothing useful in your entire life. Fucking take your life. And you can hear Grasny from time to time, Nick asking people like, "Yo, where's the doctor? Where's the doctor?" And you can hear Nick just scrounging up in your room, frantically looking for something. What are you focusing on?
The first couple times she kind of brushes it off, but after a bit more, she realizes that she has been found out by Nick. And has a moment of, oh fuck.
Are you
And
Continue. Continue. You can continue.
and has a genuine moment of, should I let this thing catch me? Because how the hell am I going to explain this to Nick? That's where her mind has gone. It's gone from focused on the creature to, oh fuck, Nick has discovered me, basically.
Okay, so Nick is currently trying to save Rebecca's life and after disinfecting the cats is currently applying the healing balms on the wounds and then like bandaging it up and then proceeds to do that for the other cuts on the rest of the body and checks over the infected parts as well and applies like a stronger disinfectant as well as like antibacterial, antifungal,
Anti-everything.
anti-everything like stuff onto it and then like wraps it up and really Nick is just trying to make sure the kobold doesn't die so that when Nick can eventually find a better doctor, better healer, they would be able to actually heal up the kobold. And Nick sort of gets like a wet towel and like wipes away like any sort of like wine or like any random liquid that might have lingered on that might have gotten onto the kobold's like body and is just trying to like clean her up a little bit. And all the while Nick is just going, it's okay, just hold on. Just hold on. Please don't die. Because that would really suck. I really don't want to see anyone die, quite frankly. And wow, it's so funny because lying to everyone in the chat right
now. Okay, wait for actual sun Saturday to roll up.
Hey, so Nick is oh,
I ain't lying.
okay. So Nick Okay. So Nick is just trying to reassure the kobold and just making sure that they're all cleaned up, that there aren't any other wounds on their body. And then once Nick does as much as he can, he just sort of he tries to like look for water, maybe some food in case the kobold wakes up and might be feeling a little peckish or whatever, thirsty, because, well, the kobold does look malnourished and everything.
Um, any place that there would potentially be food is either an already opened bottle of wine or a still sealed bottle of wine. There is no
Nick
food.
looks at all the alcohol and just says, "Wow, okay, that's depressing." Wow, and just to think I just became of legal age to drink as well. Ah. And then Nick just sits down next to the kobold. And then uh hmm. And then Nick just sits there, just watching over the kobold, making sure they don't get any worse. Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
As we pan away from the murderer,
Okay, I see how it is.
yes. What is it? Robin ran away. They're singing at the context. The context doesn't help. The context doesn't help it, to be honest. Because, like, the context is you stole a child out of them. Not a child, but the person who
The
decides.
context is that there's an unconscious like person inside with like screw you guys. Okay, so
Okay. Back to
God,
HK.
yeah.
The fact is nobody like is responding to this is just funnier. And Nick is just
Okay, so while Nick is unaware of the meta fourth wall breaking slander being aimed at him, what's going on with HK right now? Or Seven?
HK, you notice you are able to run a lot faster now because you're trying to get out of this place. You are focusing solely on something else now, and you feel like stings on your body, and where the stings are, it feels a little wet, but you don't particularly know why. What are
You
you?
just sitting in there thinking, the fuck is happening? Am I being stung by bees?
Aquatic bee?
Why does it hurt? The fuck is going on?
You still hear Nick just messing around in your room, you know, killing you. No, you just hear like basically them just hyperventilating, like freaking the fuck out. This little introvert is not built for this shit.
Hmm.
What are you doing?
Um, Still running, but now kind of focusing on getting back into her room, more or less,
Mm-hmm.
to see what the hell Nick is doing.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. That is 11.
Okay. You are, I'll say, able to wake up. Oh, is Nick trying to defend themselves? Chat, slander this man more. Chat, slander this confused emo boy.
Oh my god.
All that typing just to do all caps rude.
God. Wow, you know what makes it worse is that I can't tell anyone else about this, so I'm gonna be branded as a very. I'm gonna be branded as like.
A
Oh my
murderer.
god! I'm gonna until next week when. Oh my god!
So yeah, HK, or excuse me, Sevica is able to wake up.
And then Nick notices that Sevica's or to Nick, the kobold is awake and conscious and says, "Oh, thank goodness you're awake now. How are you feeling?"
She seems distracted about something, reaching into her mouth and plucking out a loose tooth, flicking it to the side, looking at Nick, and there seems to be a lot of things going on. But all she says to Nick, "You should have left me in there to die."
Nick says, "I why is that?"
It is a very long story. Sevica kind of, well, slowly getting up and out of the bed, is checking out the different, like, wounds that have been taken care of. Simply huffs at the end of it. And while pulling out flask and unscrewing it, says to Nick, "I am not worth the effort. Not me."
Nick uh looks a little sad about that. Although Nick tries not to show it, but there is like just a flash of like sadness on his face before he like forces it back, and he says, I well, I'd rather not see you die, regardless.
Don't listen to them.
Af-
Nick wants you dead.
After taking a suspiciously long drink from the flask, Sevika looks back at Nick and lets out a bitter chuckle. Well, that at least makes one of us.
Nick, uh, I'll tell Sevika like shorter than Nick.
Substantially. She's like 3'6", 3'7".
Okay. Nick,
She's a kobold.
Nick, even while still sitting down in the bed, Nick still has to look down to look at the kobold, and he says, well, he sighs. Regardless, I would rather not see. I would rather not see someone that. I'd rather not see someone that I'm working with, at least, die right before my eyes. And, well, I imagine that Nobu wouldn't appreciate. I don't. I imagine Nobu would be upset as well.
Killed HK. Continue.
And then Nick, uh, looks to HK and says, "You don't need to explain. You don't need to explain yourself to me because I won't tell anyone if you don't want me to. I know the feeling of being trapped in being trapped, I suppose. Not quite like your situation, but I can relate. Again, uh perhaps may I know your is HK your real name, or would you prefer not to tell me your real name?
Well, you did at least patch me up. So I do owe you at least that. Sevika. That is my name. HK was the name of the Warframe? Warforged frame that I ended up using.
Nick nods. I see. That's well. Again, I don't quite know how you can manage to stay in that robot for so long. I do suppose that answers some questions I had about your eating habits.
Sevka can't help but let out a small chuckle at that. What is the hands down the throat not subtle?
Nick laughs a little. I don't know. I just thought, well, knowing what I do now, I see that that was your way of eating the food. But, before all this, I really just thought you were a robot who ate in a strange way.
Sevka smirks at Nick. You play the socially awkward fool. They do not know what lies beneath.
Nick just says, well, I did before I started working for Lord Cyrus. I've always wanted to. Well, you did, although maybe accidental. You did show me a very closely kept secret of yours. So I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share some things about myself. Before I joined Lord Cyrus's services, I wanted to be a ranger or a druid. I don't know. I had been in the middle of trying to figure that out. And, I was, as you said, I was socially awkward. I never quite liked the city and I wanted to just live in the forest, just working with the plants and the animals. Although, due to circumstances, that's all changed.
Sevka raises an eyebrow and looks at Nick quizzically. What, does Lord Cyrus have you on blackmail too?
Nick sighs. Well, yes, he does have blackmail on me. However, I don't believe he knows. I would not say he knows my true actual secret. And well, I hope he never finds out either. But no, whatever blackmail Cyrus has on me is nothing I truly fear. Although I still have a reason to be Cyrus's employee, mainly for his money and his access to knowledge, forbidden knowledge, mostly.
Sevica listens while nodding. And after Nick mentions well, Lord Cyrus not knowing the true depth of the blackmail, she has a pained look across her face before simply saying to Nick, "Should pray he never does. Unless you want to be like me." The everything creature.
Nick nods. I pray so too. Uh, do you, I suppose, would you like to head back and get your robot suit armor? I did sort of leave it where you collapsed since I wasn't really able to carry it and all.
Sevica holds up a finger, and after a couple seconds, there's a thunk against the door. It has failsafe. It is not the first time I have blacked out. After, give or take, 20 minutes of no input, it walks back here.
That's convenient.
It was pain in the ass to do.
But you're a raging alcoholic, so it's a good investment.
Who said that?
Oh, I was just making fun of your character. It is I, God, making fun of you, weak bitch.
Damn.
Okay, so uh, okay, so Nick,
Mhm.
uh, Nick turns to Sepulchre and asks, would you, I can cast a spell to instantly clean the inside of the robot. Would you like for me to do that?
She just kind of waves her hand, dismissing the offer. It is not worth the effort.
Uh, Nick frowns a little bit at that, but he says, "That's fine. It's your robot, I suppose. Although I really don't mind. It would be big. It's just a quick spell. But, it's never mind. It's your robot. It's your robot. It's you know, if you say so."
There we go.
Sevica doesn't say much after that. Opening the door and crawling back into HK's chest. There is a moment where her face is still visible, and it is wrought with just pain. Closing said hatch, HK's head snaps back up to look around. And given what Nick now knows, explains a lot of the weird movement that HK has.
Nick watches Savaka go into the HK robot and just thinks to themselves that it kind of hurts to see Savaka hurt herself like this, but ultimately there's not really much Nick can do, or rather Nick doesn't know what to do to help. And well, again, Nick has their own problems. Nick is thinking to himself like, well, I mean, at least Savaka can get out of the HK robot if she wants to. Uh, that's what Nick thinks to himself, and just stays quiet.
I don't want to interrupt this heartfelt moment, but what is everybody's passive perception?
Oh my god.
Shit. Passive perception 14.
12.
Oh, you both hear a like metal, like a metal on like rock clang against the window.
Nick turns towards the window and says to HK, what was that?
There is. HK does not say a word. Instead, she is at the window.
Are you looking
Just,
like where are you looking at the outside window?
just like staring down at the ground or like where someone might be to throw a rock at the window.
Last I checked, rocks aren't made of metal.
Ow.
You know what is made of
I'm sorry.
metal?
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about like
Just the,
leaded window pane. My bad.
eh,
No, having the rock just thwunk against HK, she turns to figure out where the hell it came from.
oh, it's not a rock. It's a grappling hook, and it's embedded in like the corner of your window. You look down and you see a commoner scaling the wall, and another commoner behind him.
Oh no!
They are armed with like just very bad looking short swords.
Um, how far is HK from the window?
You're standing right next to it.
like near the doorway of the
Um,
room.
I thought you moved to the window. That's why you saw these things.
Okay. Yeah. No, she. I was confused. I thought it was a rock at HK. Not. Anyway.
You're fine.
Yeah. She's looking at the window. And, all she's gonna do is just poke her head out and stare down at the commoners.
One sec. I gotta type some slander in general chat.
Damn.
Nick's muted. I have all opportunity to do this. Um, they're not at the window, so they look at you like they're in some deep set now. And if you look further out, you would notice there are a lot more commoners with like pitchforks, some scythes and whatnot. With some quick observation skills, you would notice that um this is the revolutionary army that's been talked about.
HK simply slides back in, looks over at Nick, and, simply states, well, seems the revolution came to our doorstep.
How you feeling, Nick?
The same the what same ones that want to kill Cyrus.
Possibly.
Probably.
Okay, Nick. Uh, I guess Nick is still kind of by the bed, and so Nick looks tense at HK's words, and he says, what should we do?"
HK looks around the room, grabs an empty bottle, and proceeds to smash it with one of her hands. You do nothing. You are unconscious. I will go speak with Lord Cyrus. There's a chance for either one of us to get out of this hellhole. You take it.
Just be unconscious in this room, or
She simply nods. You brought me in here? Commoners came up, knocked you out. There's the glass to prove it.
will you be fine? I
I will survive.
Nick. Uh, Nick looks uncertain. And I'm currently trying to think what would Nick do in this scenario, so give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, so Nick then says, "No, I'll come with. Although I may be weak physically, I am quite adept in offensive magic. I believe I'll be just fine."
HK simply turns to look at Nick. To reiterate, no. You have a chance to get out from under Cyrus's thumb. You have a chance to escape what he can and will do to you.
Nick uh Nick Nick clenches his fist and says, "I cannot say that. Of course, I cannot say that I understand what you've been through, and nothing, because he is." So I just got distracted by the chat. The congrats! Yippee!
uh,
Okay. So,
how many D20s
back
do I
to
need for this? Continue.
okay, so back to the scene. Nick says, however,
Mhm.
I have I don't have much of a I don't have much of a future both in or out of Cyrus's grasp. And quite frankly, Nick hesitates for a moment, then says, "HK, are you aware of what school of magic I practice?"
I was unconscious. I heard something about necromancy.
You're correct. I am. Well, how I became a necromancer was I am in a. I can't explain it, but I did not intentionally become a necromancer, but yes, I am a necromancer. And you know how necromancers are treated outside of. You know how necromancers are treated. Whether I am within Lord Cyrus's leash or whether I am out in the city or the forest, I am not safe anywhere, quite frankly. And I still need what Lord Cyrus can offer me. And there is. I am trying to fix a problem that. I'm trying to fix a problem that. I'm trying to fix a problem that Nick hesitates. And then he says, There is. I have found a potential solution to a problem that I have, and unfortunately, that is much easier to achieve by being close to Lord Cyrus. And I apologize. I know you hate Lord Cyrus. I do. I don't trust him as well, but my problem it's I cannot live with this problem, and if I can just I and if nothing else, just think of it as I don't have a future out there. And what I'm doing may be foolish, but well, I am a fool after all. And if nothing else, I don't want to leave you or Nobu, I suppose, alone in this.
A deep sigh can be heard from HK's chest before, in a fairly swift motion, the Warforged pulls a halberd from her back and aims to cut the rope from the grappling hook on the windowsill.
I was gonna say, like, is anyone gonna stop the commoners from actually coming in? You guys have been. I love the talking. Don't get me wrong, but like, I can just
Okay, look,
imagine they're eating
you know how like
popcorn.
in movies people talk, even though there's like some thing, whatever it is, like catching up to them. Like, just imagine that's what's happening right now. The drama of D&D.
No,
Is more important than the communists right now, okay? Like, just ignore them. Like, we have a
my
killing
plot
machine,
relevancy
we
is
have
more
a necromancer.
important
We're
right
fine.
now. No, I love it. Please don't get me wrong. I can only imagine like the commoners are like eating popcorn as you tell 8K like your whole life story is like this isn't me. I was born somebody else. The commoners like, dang, this is fucking good. Can you believe this happened? Who'd have guessed the necromancy theories were right? That's where my fun comes in. Is just imagining that is happening instead of you guys are having this conversation. Fucking Ace K just pulls out a halberd and starts sawing away the rope.
No, just straight up one-handed, swings it over her fucking head and just thunk. Just axe to wood, severs the rope from the grappling hook.
Okay. So please know, Nick, I do love like your little role playing. Actually, you know what? You both get inspiration for this.
Woo!
Ooh.
Can you guys start fucking using it though?
We will use it when we need it.
You could have used it when you went to your fucking maze the first time.
Hey, if there's an opportunity for drama and shenanigans, I want it to be there. I don't want to just win for winning's sake. I want to have fun with it.
Arsenic could have used inspiration to not puke up all the sweets they ate.
Look, it's like no, like
I'm only
there could
messing
be more
with you.
important things I could be using the inspiration on.
You forget you have it, don't you?
Yeah, kind of.
I figured.
Sometimes, yeah.
I figured. You all aren't my most educated ones.
No,
Look,
I'm well
like,
educated.
living
I
for,
just
like,
You're from like the Midwest. Let's not push it, honey.
I'm in college, motherfucker.
In the Midwest? Please tell me you went to a better college, buddy.
Do you know of University of Utah?
Oh, it's one of those colleges. No, never heard of it.
Basically, think Harvard, MIT, but for medical shit.
Oh, nice. I don't know if I would trust you to be my nurse or my doctor.
Oh no, I'm not going there for that type of thing. I'm going there for cybersecurity.
Ah, I don't. I've been fucking muted again.
What, do you have that as like a chat redeem or something?
No, my mic just keeps muting itself.
Amazing.
But I'm sorry that you're still in Utah. I'm sorry if you're lost. You are able
I'm not in
to.
Utah anymore, but it's a long story.
Potato, potato, college, smallage. It's all Nick's fault.
Yeah, damn. How could you, Nick?
oh my god!
First you killed them, and now you sent them to Utah.
Like Brazil, but worse.
I mean, Brazil has good-looking people though, and culture. Utah just has what? Fucking potatoes.
No, that's
Mormons.
Idaho.
Exactly. Who the fuck remembers what's in Utah?
Utah has Mormons, Mormonism,
Who the
and
fuck wants a Mormon?
hey, listen, I'm not saying they're good, but if people can sell canned air, I'm certain there are people out there that will convert to Mormons.
But you are able to cut the rope and they fall, and you hear the sound of a spine snapping. You paralyzed one of them, HK. I hope you're happy.
Well, at least they can still eat. Come on, Nick.
Nick sends like a sympathetic prayer towards the fallen commoner and then follows HK.
Ooh, that's rough, buddy. HK, wait for me.
While more or less prepping herself for combat, she looks over at Nick and hello?
Hello.
There we go. Sorry, might cut out for a minute.
Good.
But yeah, while moving along and prepping for combat, HK looks over at Nick and begins to explain. May not like the fact that we have to stick with Cyrus for longer, but it means getting you out of the shit show you're in. At least one of us will have some good sleep. At least one of us will be able to sleep well at night. English, motherfucker. I do not speak it, apparently.
We know.
Yeah, are there any, servants or anything in the halls?
The servants are all gone right now.
Okay, wow, convenient.
Yeah.
Well, someone's a little salty.
Let's see. Where is it? Question.
Answer.
When it comes to magical tinkering for the artificer, how loud can someone make a how loud can someone make an audible noise?
What do you mean by that?
So basically what I'm wanting to do is basically just create a fucking trench whistle and just blow that through the hall to alert that we're under attack. Because with Artificer, yes, I know it's Artificer, I'm saying it wrong for the bit.
Mm-hmm.
Imbue a tiny non-magical object with a magical property of your choice. 5-foot radius of light, up to 6 long recorded message, emits odor or non-verbal sound, static visual effect, including up to 25 words of text.
Yeah.
And the use is 1 action.
Mm-hmm. I would say you'd be able to make one.
So yeah. Sevica just quickly sets one up, pokes her head out of HK's chest, glances at Nick. You should cover your ears. Gives Nick a second to cover their ears, and blows the whistle through the halls.
I want to put down you blew an SA whistle, but I don't know how well that would go over.
Now
But
HK is a whistleblower.
yeah.
Oh my god.
No one's gonna get any context with this.
Oh my god. I guess they could technically like just watch the stream, can't they?
You think people watch my set?
I check it out sometimes, a little bit.
Oh, let me. Oh, what do you think that you're gonna get? What is this AI slop? I'm tattling on them.
What?
Where were we?
I check out like the clips.
Oh, you're not getting inspiration for that.
What? No, I wasn't trying to get inspiration.
That's what they all say. That's what they all say.
Okay, whatever. Uh,
Okay.
so HK blew the whistle. What now?
Well, technically, some stuff would happen. I was really hoping Evie would be here so I could, you know, do their fucking maze before the session because it's probably gonna be a long one. And I kind of wanted to do a lot of the combat, beforehand. Also, not gonna lie, was hoping Owen would be here so I can make him deal with the commoners instead. Okay,
Fair.
so everybody, I mean, by everybody I mean you two, go to roll 20 real quick for me.
Okay. Let's pull open smell 20.
Well, fuck you too. Okay. Let's see.
God, the fucking
I have Owen, Rhea, Mew, Navi, Nabu, Evie. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Because right now we're gonna be messing with the tokens before we wrap up the session.
Is there a way for me to like put in Nick in here, or is that what you're supposed to do?
I mean, if you're able to add a character, you can.
Uh, do I have to make like a character sheet in Roll20 for that, or
I not particularly no. What's your username in Roll20, Nick?
um, it should just say legal government name.
The closest I got is Yehi L.
Well, yeah, that's also me. I don't know how to make change that.
Yeah, fine. Um,
Um,
so go to
that's weird.
your. So you see the tab next to the map.
Wait.
I'll also stream it in my
Yeah.
PC so you can see. You want to hit your little journal tab, the book, and you should see Nick.
Oh, there we go. My guy.
If you just want to throw him down, that would be great. I just want to know if you're
Sure.
able to have control over him.
Uh, shoot. Um,
I can't see the map.
there we go. My guy.
What's your username, Garth? Oh, Captain Asshat.
Yeah,
Okay. So are you able to move Nick around though, Nick?
Uh, yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
I can see shade. I just see white.
What do you mean you see white?
I see white. It's
What?
Yum of the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go in, launch game. I see white.
I, I'm sorry for your loss that you only see white. Hmm. Huh. This is real D&D, people.
Wait, so where are we in the mansion? Manor?
I mean, you guys are upstairs.
Uh,
It would not be this far.
eh,
What about now, HK?
It ain't working.
I'm killing myself. Let me kick you from the game. We send you a link and we'll see how that goes.
Sounds good.
here is the new link.
Mm.
Either I am not logged in or do not have wait, huh? Huh?
What? What?
I tried to log in, or I tried to join the game. Either you are not logged in or you do not have access to this page.
Playing D&D online, where everything can go wrong, will go wrong. I blame Nick for this. I've yet to find a way how this is Nick's fault, but I'll find a way.
Wow. Okay.
Bah, okay. I'm sorry. I lie. I'm not sorry. Five hours later. Yes. It's gonna take Goth forever to rejoin.
Yeah, it ain't fucking working.
Do I have to make a whole fucking new game? I don't wanna. Uh, I doubt this one will work, but you never know. I'm killing myself. What about that one, Goth?
I'm trying. All right, it's letting me at least join the group.
Why the fuck would they let you join an older one but not the new one?
I don't know.
This is all your fault, God. Why do you have to be gay?
I don't know. I'm just a fag like that.
Wasn't prepared for any of that fucking sentence, but okay.
Hey, I am transgender. If anyone is allowed to say it.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
So, it's fun.
Yeah, remind me to muzzle you later.
There you go.
We'll have your partner muzzle you. You know what? I'll just ping them. They're in the server.
Oh.
Um,
Yes.
we like make a new map or something?
I might
Maybe because
have to, honestly. I
maybe
don't
because you
want.
kicked me, it's not letting me join.
The thing is, the old one reached its max of 10 players before. So I don't know why it allowed Goth to join that one, but not the current one. If I'm being honest.
I don't know. You know what? I'm
But that's a lady me problem. I can work on that tomorrow. So,
yeah.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
So, am I still streaming the stuff? Yeah, I am. If
Yeah.
I subscribe to a thing like this, would you all be interested in looking at these scenes? Not all of them, just like from the ones that we might need to use.
Um
As like, in case you want to open up Roll20, this would be what you would see instead of the battle map.
eh. I don't know. I'm down for it.
Uh, I guess it could be cool.
Okay. And I know you both answered the 3.5 question. I'm just fucking waiting on Evie for that shit. Okay. Will I raid out to somebody? I probably should. What do you all think? Yes,
Do
no,
it.
maybe so.
Do it.
Okay. Do you guys have any final words to say to chat?
Be crime do gay.
Lovely. What about you, party killer?
Okay, first of all, this entire stream is evidence of the fact I did not kill HK. So,
Not only did you kill 8K for being a whistleblower, you gutted them. You stole their guts, Nick.
no. Okay,
You
you
cut.
want, if there's a actual person watching this, you've seen this stream, you know I am innocent. So, get me out of this jail.
Nah.
Maybe I'm not tripping balls. Maybe you do sound like that person. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping balls again. I don't know. I could just be high.
I'm gonna go listen to this person
I
right
thought you
now.
did already. You just didn't want to say anything to make me feel weird.
I didn't really get like a chance to listen because like we just started playing D&D. I was like, okay, I'll listen to it later.
You here
Yeah.
for your joy? Well, come over here then, sweetheart. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. All right. Let's head out.
I'll start the rate though. And here is the raid message if you are subscribed, of course. I can't fucking. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
That's
I
it, pretty
just
much.
can't join the other campaign. I can join the old one.
That's weird. And I'll worry about that set later, you know? When I'll stream again, who the fuck knows? Hopefully I'll go back to my old schedule here soon. Fuck, do I miss it. So, of course, until next time, it's all Nick's fault. Be gay, do crime. Bye-bye.